Every day you wake up, you're faced with a simple but profound opportunity to make a choice, and these choices, though they may seem small in the moment, stack on top of each other to form the life you live. If you want to level up your life, if you want to grow, evolve, and become a better version of yourself, it doesn't require magic or some grand, perfect plan. It requires intention. It requires you to decide, right now, that you're done with settling for average, that you're done making excuses, done playing it safe, and done letting fear dictate your moves. Life will only rise to meet you when you rise to meet life. This is your moment, your call to action. You can change your entire life by changing the choices you make daily. You don't need to wait until the stars align. You don't need more permission. What you need is to start making the right choices today, and I'm not talking about complicated strategies or hard-to-follow blueprints. I'm talking about 12 simple yet powerful choices that will shift everything for you. Choose growth over comfort. It's easy to stay where you are. It's easy to do what's familiar, to cling to routines, to repeat the same habits. But comfort zones are prisons with invisible bars. You think you're free because nothing feels wrong, but in truth, nothing feels right either. Growth hurts. Growth requires you to stretch, to stumble, to fail, and get up again. Growth demands discomfort, but on the other side of that discomfort is the version of you that you've been dreaming of. The version of you that's confident, fulfilled, proud. You don't get there by choosing easy. You get there by choosing the harder path, the path that forces you to evolve. So when you feel fear or resistance, lean into it. That's your sign you're headed in the right direction. Choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is great, but it's fleeting. It's like a spark, hot and bright, but it dies out if there's no fuel. Discipline is the firewood. Discipline keeps the flame alive when motivation runs dry. If you wait to feel ready, you'll never start. If you wait to feel inspired, you'll never finish. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early to train when your bed feels like heaven. It's saying no to distractions when every part of you wants to give in. It's choosing your future self over your current mood. Discipline is freedom in disguise. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the wishers from the winners. Choose action over perfection. Perfectionism is just fear in disguise. It's a lie your mind tells you to keep you safe, to keep you from trying and possibly failing. But nothing great was ever born from waiting. Nothing extraordinary comes from hesitation. Action creates clarity. Action builds momentum. You don't have to have all the answers to begin. You just have to begin. Start messy. Start scared. Start unsure. Just start. Because the moment you do, life responds. Opportunities show up, lessons appear, progress happens. You can fix mistakes, you can adjust your path, but you can't edit a blank page. Choose to act, and you'll find that perfection was never the point. Progress is. Choose responsibility over blame. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to say, I'm this way because of them, or I failed because of circumstances. But blame gives away your power. Responsibility takes it back. When you take ownership of your life, your choices, your reactions, your path, you unlock the power to change it. You're not a victim of your story. You're the author, and authors rewrite chapters. No matter what happened to you, what matters now is what you choose to do about it. Even if it wasn't your fault, it's still your responsibility. That mindset is what champions are made of. Choose belief over doubt. Doubt will always whisper in your ear. It will always try to convince you that you're not enough, that you're not ready, that your dreams are too big. But belief is louder, if you let it be. Belief says, yes, I can. Belief says, why not me? Belief is the fuel that keeps you moving when everything says stop. And belief is not something you wait for. It's something you choose. Even when you feel afraid, even when you feel uncertain, especially then, because belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The world is full of people who quit because they listen to doubt. Be the one who didn't. Choose persistence over quitting. Life will test you. You will hit walls. You will face rejection, delays, setbacks. And in those moments, you'll be tempted to quit, to say, maybe this isn't for me. But the truth is, the difference between success and failure is usually just one more try, one more day, one more step. The people who win aren't always the most talented. They are just the ones who refuse to give up. So when it gets hard, when everything inside you says stop, choose to keep going, there is power in staying the course, there is victory in not backing down. Persistence turns impossibility into inevitability. Choose courage over fear. Fear is a liar. Fear wants to keep you safe, but safe is not the same as fulfilled. Safe is not the same as alive. Fear will shrink your life if you let it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's choosing to move forward in spite of it. It's standing tall when your knees shake. It's speaking up when your voice trembles. It's betting on yourself when no one else will. Every breakthrough begins with courage. Every transformation is born from it. Choose courage today, and your future self will thank you. Choose faith over worry. Worry doesn't solve problems. Worry doesn't prevent pain. It only robs you of peace. Faith is choosing to believe in the unseen. It's trusting that everything is working for your good, even when you don't understand how. Faith says, I don't know what's next, but I know I'll be okay. Worry paralyzes, but faith empowers, and every time you choose faith, you rise. Every time you choose to let go of anxiety and cling to hope, you rise, you get stronger, you get wiser, and your energy shifts. Life responds differently to a person who walks in faith instead of fear. Choose gratitude over complaint. It's easy to focus on what's wrong. It's easy to see the lack, the problems, the stress, but gratitude changes your perspective. Gratitude opens your eyes to what's right, to the beauty, the blessings, the growth, and what you focus on expands. So if you focus on problems, you'll find more of them. But if you focus on blessings, your life will feel abundant. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a habit. It's a decision. It's waking up and saying, thank you, even before you see the outcome. The more you practice it, the more joy, peace, and fulfillment you'll feel. Gratitude elevates everything. Choose purpose over pleasure. Pleasure is fleeting. It's the quick fix, the short-term high. It feels good in the moment, but it often leaves you empty. Purpose is different. Purpose fills you. Purpose gives your life meaning. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Living with purpose means aligning your actions with your values. It means doing the hard things because they matter. It means choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term comfort. When you live with purpose, every day becomes significant. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone, and your life becomes a legacy. Choose integrity over popularity. In a world obsessed with likes, followers, and approval, it's tempting to lose yourself trying to be liked. But popularity is fickle. Integrity is forever. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's watching. It's being true to who you are, even when it's not trendy. It's standing for something, even if you stand alone. When you choose integrity, you may not always be liked, but you'll always be respected. By others, and most importantly, by yourself. And there's no peace greater than living a life aligned with your truth. Choose progress over excuses. Excuses feel good in the moment. They let you off the hook. They justify staying the same, but they cost you everything you want. Every excuse you make builds a wall between you and your potential. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. It requires showing up, even if you only take a small step. One page, one workout, one conversation, one habit. It adds up. Progress compounds. But only if you stop making excuses and start taking action. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are your potential. Choose to move forward. Choose to grow. Today is not just another day. It's an opportunity. It's a fresh start. It's your chance to begin again, stronger, wiser, more determined. The 12 choices in front of you aren't just motivational phrases. They are power tools. They are keys. If you use them, you will unlock parts of yourself you never knew existed. You'll rise. You'll overcome. You'll create a life that reflects the greatness inside of you. And the beautiful thing, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to choose, right now to start, one choice, one day, one step. That's how transformation happens. That's how lives change. So don't wait for next week. Don't wait for more confidence, more money, more time. Everything you need to level up is already within you. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more people who are willing to show up, to grow, to fight for their dreams. Be that person. Make those choices. Your life will thank you. Your future will reward you. And the world will be better because you decided to rise. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dream life. That's the hard truth. But it's also your greatest source of freedom. Because once you accept full responsibility, you take full control, you stop waiting, you start creating. Every time you say, I choose growth, I choose action, I choose discipline, you build the foundation of a life that's worth living. It may not happen overnight. There will be days you slip, days you question everything, days you wonder if it's even worth it. But the truth is, yes, it's worth it. Every second of struggle, every sacrifice, every ounce of effort is part of your becoming. Leveling up your life is not a single event. It's not a grand epiphany followed by instant success. It's a process. A grind, a daily recommitment to the path. Some days you'll take huge leaps. Other days it's about not falling back. But every day counts. Every decision you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. The more aligned those votes are, the more momentum you gain, and soon enough you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Not because you waited for the perfect moment, but because you made powerful choices when it mattered most. You see, life isn't waiting to give you permission. It's waiting for you to show up like you mean it. It's waiting for you to stop hiding behind your past, behind excuses, behind fear. The moment you decide to play full out, life meets you there. Doors open, people show up, energy shifts, but none of that happens unless you take the first step. And that step starts with a choice. Will you keep living the same story, playing small, doubting yourself? Or will you choose to rise? Will you choose to act, to believe, to persist, to own your power? You already know what needs to be done. Deep down, you know the habits that are holding you back. You know the conversations you've been avoiding. You know the routines that are draining you instead of feeding you. Stop pretending you don't know. You're not confused. You're afraid, and that's okay. Fear means you're on the edge of something meaningful. But you can't let that fear run the show anymore. Fear builds walls, courage builds bridges. It's time to walk across, because the future you want is on the other side of the fear you've been entertaining for too long. This isn't about being perfect. This isn't about having it all figured out. This is about choosing to become better today, right now. Maybe you've failed before. Maybe you've fallen short more times than you can count. That doesn't disqualify you. That prepares you. Those failures were training. They were not the end. They were the beginning. And now you get to take all of that, all the pain, all the lessons, all the grit, and turn it into fuel. You get to rise from it. That's your power. That's your story. But it only becomes reality if you decide. Decide that your future is more important than your excuses. Decide that your potential matters more than your pride. Decide that your mission is too urgent to keep wasting time. Stop waiting for clarity. Create clarity through commitment. Stop looking for motivation. Generate motivation through motion. You don't need a better plan. You need a stronger choice, one that says, I'm done settling, I'm done being who I used to be, I'm stepping into the person I was born to become. Every great leader, every high achiever, every game changer you admire, do you think they never had doubts? Of course they did, but they chose to act anyway. They chose to bet on themselves. They chose to rise every time they fell. They chose to push through the noise, through the fear, through the criticism, through the uncertainty. That's what makes them different, not talent, not luck, not timing, choice, consistent, courageous choices. That's what it takes to level up. That's what it takes to build a life of meaning, and don't think this is only about success in some grand external sense. Leveling up is about more than status or money or recognition. It's about becoming a person you respect, a person you trust, a person who wakes up with purpose and goes to sleep with peace. That's the real win. That's the quiet victory that makes life feel rich. It's knowing that you showed up, that you did your best, that you didn't back down, that you honored your calling, because the truth is, you were born for more. You feel it, don't you? That quiet voice inside that keeps nudging you, that keeps whispering, there's something more for you. That's not your imagination. That's your calling. That's your spirit reminding you that you were not made to live a small, safe, average life. You were made to expand, to elevate, to contribute, to lead, to love, to thrive. But none of that can happen while you're choosing comfort, delay, or doubt. So what will it be? Will you keep walking in circles, repeating the same patterns, feeling that dull ache of regret every time you ignore your potential? Or will you stand up right now and say, enough, I'm done playing small, I'm done with excuses, I'm making new choices, powerful choices, life-changing choices, starting now, because that's all it takes. One choice made over and over again. Choose growth, choose discipline, choose courage, choose faith, choose action, choose purpose, choose integrity, choose persistence, choose gratitude, choose responsibility. Choose belief, choose progress. Stack those choices day by day, and your life will transform. There is no secret formula. There is no shortcut. The path is paved with these daily choices, and the best part, you get to make them. You get to decide who you'll become. No one can take that from you. You are powerful beyond measure, not because of what you have, but because of what you can choose. Don't underestimate the power of a single day. One day of full commitment, one day of aligned action, one day of complete ownership. That one day can become the spark that ignites a new direction in your life. And when you stack those days, when you make those powerful choices again and again, your life doesn't just shift, it transforms. That's how people go from stuck to unstoppable, from uncertain to unshakable, from average to extraordinary. It's not an overnight miracle. It's the result of showing up consistently, of refusing to quit, of making better decisions, even when no one is watching. You won't always see the payoff immediately. That's the challenge. You might choose to wake up early today, to work out, to speak positively, to act with discipline, and still feel like nothing's changed. But real change is subtle. It's invisible at first. It's beneath the surface, growing roots. And if you keep choosing right, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, those roots will break through. Suddenly, one day, you'll realize you don't think like you used to. You don't react like you used to. You've become more, stronger, clearer, more intentional. That's the reward of a leveled up life. And you earn it through daily choice. It's not about being the best in the world. It's about being the best for your world. The people around you, the people who look up to you, the people you're meant to impact. Because make no mistake, you are meant to impact others. You were not given your dreams by accident. You were not born with your talents and passions and ideas just to keep them buried. You were meant to rise, and by rising, you give others permission to do the same. You show them what's possible. Your courage becomes contagious. Your persistence becomes a path others can follow. So don't just do it for you. Do it for everyone who will be inspired by your example. You have to believe that your life matters, that your story matters, that your decisions matter, because they do. You were not put here to just go through the motions, to exist in the gray area of maybe. You were built to create, to lead, to inspire. You were built to rise above the noise and craft a life that lights you up. And that life begins, not with a lucky break or a windfall of opportunity, but with a simple personal decision: I will level up. That decision starts with self-respect. Respect yourself enough to set high standards. Respect yourself enough to keep your word. Respect yourself enough to stop settling for less than you deserve. Your future is watching. Your legacy is being written right now. What story do you want to tell? One of excuses or one of excellence? One of waiting or one of winning? One of fear or one of fire? You already know the answer. You can feel it deep in your soul. Now it's time to act on it. The world doesn't need more people playing small. It needs you, fully alive, fully committed, fully lit up by purpose. And you'll never be fully alive while living out of alignment with who you were created to be. You'll never feel fulfilled chasing what others think you should want. Your greatness is already inside you. It just needs to be unleashed, and you unleash it by choosing wisely, choosing intentionally, choosing powerfully. The hard truth is that not everyone will understand your transformation. Some people will question you, some will doubt you. Some will mock your ambition, your discipline, your new standards. Let them. Their approval isn't your assignment. You're not here to live small so others feel comfortable. You're here to rise, even if you rise alone at first, because your tribe, the people who see you, who align with your mission, who celebrate your wins, they will find you. But only once you fully step into your power, only once you stop diluting your light to fit in with the dark, let go of who you've been, let go of the identity that's tied to your past struggles. You are not your failures. You are not your circumstances. You are not the old story. You are the author of a new chapter, and that chapter begins the moment you choose. Choose to forgive yourself. Choose to release the weight of guilt and shame. Choose to replace self, doubt with self. Love, you deserve that. Your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you if you have the courage to walk toward them. This journey won't be perfect. You'll mess up. You'll fall short. You'll have days when you feel like giving up. That's part of the process. But every time you fall and get back up, you get stronger. Every time you want to quit but choose to push forward, you build resilience. These moments matter. These choices matter because they shape your character. They forge your identity. They sculpt your legacy. Your life doesn't change when the calendar flips. It doesn't change because you made a vision board or repeated affirmations. Those things can help, but real change comes when you decide to live differently, when you back up your intentions with actions, when you align your choices with your values, when you stop being passive and start becoming powerful. That's when the shift happens. That's when life begins to mirror your internal transformation. It's not too late. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't ruined your chance. As long as you're breathing, there's time to turn it around. There's time to rise, but you have to start now. You have to make the choice. Not once, not twice, but every single day. And if you mess up, choose again. If you fall short, choose again. Your power is in your ability to keep choosing, to keep rising, to keep showing up. So let this be the moment you draw a line in the sand, the moment you stop tolerating the version of you that's been playing small, the moment you commit, not half-heartedly, not until it gets hard, but all in. Commit to the process, commit to the choices, commit to the version of you that's been waiting to emerge. That version is powerful. That version is unstoppable. That version is waiting on the other side of consistent, courageous choice. And when you get there, when you start to see the results, when you feel the strength in your voice, the fire in your soul, the pride in your progress, you'll realize something beautiful. It was never about the goals. It was never about the accolades or the recognition. It was about who you became in the process, about how you showed up, about the lives you touched, about the peace you found in knowing you gave it everything you had. That's the ultimate level up. becoming someone you admire, living a life that feels aligned, making choices that leave you proud. You can start that journey today, not with a giant leap, but with one small, powerful decision: to choose better, to live better, to be better. Because once you've tasted the power of progress, once you've experienced the strength of showing up for yourself, there's no going back. You won't want to return to the old version of you, the one who doubted, delayed, distracted, and dimmed their light. That version was surviving, but this version is thriving. This version is building momentum. This version wakes up with clarity, goes to sleep with peace, and walks through each day with purpose pulsing through every step. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is intentional. And when your life becomes intentional, it becomes powerful. You're no longer pulled in 1,000 directions by noise and distraction. You move with focus. You speak with conviction. You act with integrity, and when setbacks come, and they will, you face them differently. You no longer crumble. You no longer spiral. You adjust, adapt, and advance. That's what choice does. That's what a leveled up life feels like. You're no longer at the mercy of the world. You become the force that shapes your world. But this isn't just about personal gain, because when you level up, you don't rise alone. You lift others with you. You set a new standard. You light a path. People around you will start to wonder what changed. They'll feel your energy before they understand your evolution. And without even trying, you'll become an example, a walking, breathing reminder that growth is possible, that power can be claimed, that life can be lived with fire. That's leadership. That's influence. That's legacy. And what is legacy, really? It's not just what you leave behind after you're gone. It's what you live while you're here. It's the echo of your choices, rippling out into the lives you touch. It's the courage you show in hard times. It's the consistency you bring to the ordinary moments. It's the strength you embody when no one is watching. When you choose to live at your highest level, you leave a mark that goes far beyond what the world sees. You live a legacy that lasts. So let's strip it all down. What does it take to truly level up your life today? Not a million changes, not a perfect plan. Just 12 powerful choices. Choices that may seem simple, even small, but stacked together, they create something unstoppable. Choose discipline over distraction. Choose growth over comfort. Choose responsibility over excuses. Choose purpose over pleasure. Choose action over waiting. Choose belief over doubt. Choose consistency over intensity. Choose service over selfishness. Choose integrity over convenience. Choose courage over fear. Choose learning over ego. And above all, choose yourself, your highest, strongest, most aligned self. Every time you make one of those choices, even in a small way, you close the gap between the life you're living and the life you're capable of. Every time you say, "This is who I am now," and back it up with action, you become that person. Not someday now, not after everything's perfect, while it's messy, not when it's easy, but especially when it's hard, because that's when it counts the most. People talk about the power of motivation, but motivation fades. What lasts are choices. What lasts is commitment. What lasts is identity. When you choose to level up your life, you don't just change what you do. You change who you are. You become the kind of person who keeps showing up, who keeps striving, who keeps believing, and that kind of person, they're unstoppable. And don't forget, there will still be doubts, there will still be fears that never fully goes away, but it doesn't have to. You don't have to be fearless to act with courage. You just have to be committed to something greater than your fear. Let your vision be louder than your fear. Let your values be stronger than your doubts. Let your daily choices be more powerful than your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your delays. You are not your failures. You are your decisions. And every decision you make from this moment forward can be a declaration of who you choose to become. Not who the world expects you to be, not who your past suggests you are, but who you know deep down you're capable of being. And if you need a reason to start for you, not for the applause, not for the validation, but for the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're living on your terms, for the inner peace that comes from alignment, for the power that comes from self-respect. That's a gift no one can give you, and no one can take away. This is your time, not next year, not next month, not after the doubt is gone or the path is clear. This is your moment, the moment you decide, the moment you choose, the moment you rise. Leveling up isn't a fantasy. It's a decision, followed by action, fueled by purpose, repeated with discipline, and it starts today. Make the choice, stand in it, own it. And then keep choosing, again and again, until your life reflects everything you know you were made for. And when you finally choose it, when you stop hesitating and start stepping into your power, you'll realize something incredibly freeing. Everything you've ever needed has always been within you. Not in a book, not in someone else's validation, not in a lucky break, but in your ability to decide, to pivot, to grow, to create. The door has never been locked. You just needed the courage to turn the handle. And now that you have, you see the truth clearly. Your life has always been waiting for you to claim it. Yes, there will still be days when you question everything, when doubt whispers louder than your belief, when the weight of your past tries to pull you backward. But now you know how to respond. You've learned that you're not a victim of your thoughts. You are the author of them. You can rewrite them. You can choose new beliefs. You can anchor your identity in who you are becoming, not in who you've been. Because every time you choose to level up, that's exactly what you're doing. You're redefining what's possible for yourself. And this journey, it doesn't end, it evolves. Once you reach one level, you realize there's more to explore, more to learn, more to give, and that's the beauty of it. You're not chasing a final destination. You're building a life that grows with you, a life that stretches you, a life that reflects your full capacity, not your limitations. The only thing that can truly hold you back now is forgetting your power. Forgetting that you've already proven you can rise, that you've already taken steps others were too afraid to take, that you've already made decisions that required strength, clarity, and commitment. So when the next storm comes, and it will, you don't shrink, you stand, you ground yourself in who you are, you lean on your choices, and you keep moving, because now you're no longer motivated by fear or pressure or external expectations. You're moved by purpose, you're moved by truth, you're moved by the realization that your life is your greatest gift, and what you do with it is your greatest offering. Every conversation, every habit, every moment is a chance to build something meaningful. And you don't need to wait for permission. You don't need anyone to tell you it's okay to want more. It is, it always has been. Want more depth, more discipline, more integrity, more presence, more excellence. Not out of lack, but out of love, for yourself, for your potential, for the world you're shaping by how you choose to show up. Wanting more is not selfish. Wanting more is a sign of life. It means the fire in you is still burning. Don't smother that fire just to fit in. Don't dull your shine to make others comfortable. You weren't born to fit a mold. You were born to break through barriers, and you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move forward with faith, one choice at a time, one courageous decision after another, because that's how momentum is built, and once you've got momentum, everything changes. You start to feel different. You start to act different, and then life starts to respond differently. Opportunities appear, connections deepen, energy rises. Why? Because you're now living in alignment with who you really are, not the watered-down version, not the mask, the real you. The world will make room for that version, but first you must make room for it within yourself. Let go of what no longer serves. Let go of the guilt, the fear, the excuses. Let go of what's behind you and fix your eyes on what's ahead. There is power in your next step, so take it. There is growth in the next decision, so choose it. There is freedom in the next action, so make it. And don't just take one, keep taking them, keep moving, keep choosing, because forward is forward, even if it's slow, even if it's shaky, even if no one else understands the path you're walking. You're not here to be understood. You're here to evolve, and evolution is messy, it's uncomfortable, but it's also breathtaking, it's beautiful, it's worth every ounce of effort you pour into it, because the reward isn't just success, it's self-respect. It's peace, it's knowing that you're finally living, not just surviving, and you deserve that. You deserve a life that reflects the fire inside of you. You deserve to wake up proud of who you are becoming. You deserve to go to sleep knowing that you gave your best, even on the hard days. You deserve to live fully, love deeply, and lead boldly. But it doesn't come from wishing. It comes from choosing, again and again and again. So whatever choice you've been putting off, make it now. Whatever step you've been avoiding, take it now. Don't wait for the fear to fade. Don't wait for the timing to be perfect. The perfect time doesn't exist. But this moment is real, this moment is powerful, and this moment is yours. Own it, and when tomorrow comes, own that too, because you're not just leveling up once. You're building a lifestyle, a standard, a legacy, and that legacy is built one brave decision at a time. You've made the choice, you've set the standard, you've declared to yourself and to the world that you're done settling, done shrinking, done pretending to be less than you are. This is the point of no return, and that's a beautiful thing, because when you stop looking backward, your entire life opens up. Your past no longer defines you. It becomes fuel. It becomes wisdom. It becomes a reminder of how far you've come, not a limitation on where you can go. And the road ahead, it's yours to create. No one else can walk it for you. No one else can make your decisions, feel your fire, or carry your dreams. But that's your advantage, not your burden, because that means you hold the power. You're the one shaping your future. With every habit you build, with every challenge you face head on, with every time you choose courage instead of comfort, progress over perfection, growth over fear. Yes, it will stretch you. Yes, it will challenge you, but it will also awaken you. It will wake up the parts of you that have been dormant, your creativity, your resilience, your passion, your fire, because once you decide to truly level up, everything changes. You no longer tolerate distractions disguised as obligations. You stop making excuses sound like reasons. You stop blaming your circumstances and instead start transforming them. You understand that your time is valuable, your energy is sacred, and your purpose is non-negotiable. You stop wasting days scrolling and start building. You stop hoping and start doing. You stop doubting and start believing, because now you've seen the evidence, you've felt the difference, even the small wins, the quiet shifts. They've reminded you of your power. And now that you've touched that power, you're not letting it go. This is when you become dangerous, not to others, but to your limits, to your old excuses, to your doubts and fears and anything else that ever tried to keep you small. This is when you become the version of yourself who doesn't ask for permission, who doesn't wait to be chosen, who doesn't let temporary emotions derail permanent progress. You are no longer driven by the need to prove yourself. You're driven by the need to fulfill yourself, to become who you were always meant to be. And when you walk through the world like that, and apologetically, authentically, purposefully, you change more than just your life. You change the atmosphere, you become the inspiration. You shift the energy in every room you walk into, not because you're loud, but because you're aligned, because your presence carries the weight of integrity, because you've done the work, quietly, consistently, relentlessly, and it shows. That's the reward of leveling up, not just external success, but internal congruence. That powerful moment when your actions match your words, your habits match your values, your results match your potential. That's when you realize you're not faking it anymore, you're living it, you're walking the talk, you're honoring your calling, and no, it's not always glamorous, but it's real, it's fulfilling, it's powerful beyond measure. So when the days get long, when the pressure builds, when the doubts return, remember this: you didn't come this far to stop. You didn't put in the hours, the effort, the energy to turn back now. You are not here to break. You are here to break through. And you will, because you've built the mindset, you've developed the habits, you've made the choices, you've laid the foundation for something unshakable. Keep showing up. Keep choosing better. Keep honoring your future self with every decision. The path may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And the further you go, the more clarity you gain, the more strength you build, the more impact you make. And as you rise, don't forget to reach back. Pull others up, share your story, shine your light, because someone out there needs to see that it's possible. Someone is waiting for a reason to believe again. Let your life be that reason. Let your story be the spark. Let your level up be a lighthouse for someone else lost in the fog. That's legacy. That's leadership. That's the deeper purpose behind every choice you've made to grow. And through it all, remember this: you are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to outgrow old habits, old environments, and even old relationships. You're not here to stay the same. You're here to expand, to stretch, to step into greater levels of grace, grit, and greatness. Don't let guilt or nostalgia hold you hostage. Don't cling to comfort zones just because they're familiar. You owe it to yourself to keep rising. So here you are standing at the edge of the life you've known, looking out at the life you're building. Don't hesitate. Don't look back. The leap isn't nearly as far as you think, because every choice you've made up to this point has brought you closer. Every act of discipline, every moment of self-respect, every time you said not anymore, it's all led you here. Because once you've tasted what it feels like to truly be aligned with your purpose, once you've experienced even a glimpse of your full potential in motion, you'll never want to go back. That mediocre life, that version of yourself that accepted less, that tolerated things that didn't serve you, it will no longer feel like home. It'll feel too small, too quiet, too dim. You'll crave more light. You'll crave more impact. You'll crave the fire of growth. And that craving is not selfish. It's sacred. It's your soul calling you forward. It's your deepest self reminding you that there is more to this life than just surviving it. There's more than paying bills, pleasing people, or fitting in. You were born to lead, to create, to inspire, to rise. And every time you make one of these powerful choices, whether it's waking up earlier, saying no to distractions, speaking up for your values, or giving your best when it would have been easier to give up, you are honoring that calling. It may not always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like solitude. Sometimes it looks like failing forward. Sometimes it looks like being misunderstood. But underneath all of it, you are evolving. You are shedding what no longer fits. You are stepping into a new version of yourself, and no one has to understand that process but you. It's not their vision, it's yours. It's not their mountain to climb. It's yours. So stop seeking validation from people who were never meant to understand your path. You're not doing this for applause. You're doing this for alignment. And here's something else. Leveling up is not a one-time thing. It's a way of life. It's a mindset, a system, a rhythm. You don't just do it once and coast forever. You recommit to it daily, in the silence, in the struggle, in the mundane. That's what builds strength. That's what makes transformation sustainable. It's not just the big choices. It's the small, consistent ones, the moments when no one is watching, but you still hold the line, the moments when giving up is easier, but you choose to rise anyway. And eventually, those small moments stack up into something unbreakable. You become someone others look to not just for advice, but for example. You become steady, focused, unshakable, not because life is perfect, but because you've built the muscle of resilience. You've built an identity that matches your vision, and when your identity and your actions align, there is nothing more powerful. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. If you're waiting for permission, you don't need it. If you're waiting for the right moment, make it now. You don't level up by accident. You level up by decision, by intention, by fire, and by following through when the excitement wears off and all that's left is discipline and self-respect. This journey is yours. Own it fully. No more shrinking. No more waiting. No more playing small so others can feel comfortable. Be the one who raises the standard. Be the one who holds the vision even when no one else sees it. Be the one who chooses consistency when others choose excuses, because the world needs that version of you. The world needs your strength, your wisdom, your clarity, your energy. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to build, to elevate, to expand. And every time you choose to level up, you make the world a little brighter, a little stronger, a little better. That's what this is about. Not just your success, but your significance. And when it gets hard, and it will, remember why you started. Remember the person you were when you decided you were done living a half life. Remember the fire you felt the first time you imagined your fullest self. That version of you is not a fantasy, it's a possibility, and every day with every powerful choice you are becoming them bit by bit, step by step, breath by breath. So stay focused, stay grounded. Stay hungry. This is not the time to slow down. This is not the time to second guess. This is the time to double down on your purpose, to pour more of yourself into what matters, to let go of the noise and chase the clarity that comes from commitment. You are becoming unstoppable, not because you've avoided struggle, but because you've walked through it and refused to give up. You've built yourself from the inside out, and now the world can feel it. The energy you carry, the way you move, the strength in your presence, that's not an accident. That's the result of every choice you've made to level up. So don't stop now. Keep building. Keep choosing. Keep showing up, because this life, the one you've always dreamed about, the one that's been calling you from deep inside, it's not just possible. Every single morning that you open your eyes, you are handed another opportunity to step further into your power. Not one day is meaningless. Not one moment is wasted unless you choose to let it be. You're not here to wander through life aimlessly. You're here to lead it. You're here to wake up with purpose, move with discipline, and sleep with peace because you gave your all. The greatest transformation happens in the space between who you were and who you're becoming. That space can feel confusing. It can feel lonely. It can feel like you're standing in the dark, not knowing if you're going the right way. But that's the proving ground. That's where most people turn back. But not you, not anymore. Because now you know that discomfort is not a sign to stop, it's a sign you're growing. It's a signal that you're expanding beyond your limits, tearing down old walls, and stepping into the vast unknown where all your potential lives. You weren't meant to stay where you started. You weren't meant to live a repeat of yesterday. You were meant to evolve, meant to change, meant to become, and the only way to become is to choose. Choose growth over comfort, strength over weakness, focus over distraction, intention over impulse. These aren't just motivational words. They're daily decisions, daily battles, daily acts of self-respect. Yes, there will be setbacks, but setbacks are not stop signs. They're redirections. They're part of the journey, not the end of it. Every time life pushes you down, you get a new chance to rise stronger, more focused, more resilient, more determined. Every failure teaches you what doesn't work, and every choice you make in response shows life that you're not going anywhere. You're in it for the long haul. You're committed, you're focused, you're leveled up. And leveling further, don't you see, you are building momentum. You are reprogramming your mind and rewriting your story. The choices you make today echo into the weeks, the months, the years to come. They affect how you feel, how you think, how you show up in the world. And when you choose with clarity, when you choose with conviction, your future starts to shift. Your reality starts to bend toward your actions. And there's no greater feeling than waking up and knowing you're on the right path. Not because it's easy, but because it's aligned. Because it feels right in your bones. Because you're not compromising anymore. You're not negotiating with your old self anymore. You've drawn the line. You've made the decision. And now, the only direction is forward. Don't expect everyone to understand. Not everyone is ready to grow. Not everyone is willing to make the sacrifices, but that's not your concern. You don't need to convince anyone. You just need to be the evidence. Let your life be the proof. Let your actions speak louder than any words ever could. Because when people see the shift in your energy, in your progress, in your results, they'll know, they'll feel it, they'll be inspired by it, whether they say it or not. And if you're ever tempted to go back to old habits, old patterns, old mindsets, remind yourself of this. That version of you brought you here, but it won't take you there. To get to the next level, you need next level discipline, next level focus, next level choices. You can't rise while clinging to what's holding you down. You can't soar with weights around your ankles. Cut the cords, let go, step up. You've made it this far, and that's no small thing. You've faced fears. You've fought battles in silence. You've made decisions that required everything you had. You've walked through seasons that tried to break you, but you're still here, stronger, wiser, sharper, and ready for more. Ready to lead, ready to serve, ready to become the version of yourself who doesn't just survive, but thrives. This is what leveling up looks like. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's quiet confidence. It's quiet commitment. It's silent work that turns into visible transformation. It's the refusal to settle for a life that's anything less than what you're truly capable of. That's who you are now, not perfect, but powerful. Not fearless, but brave, not waiting, but moving, and you'll keep going, because you now understand the truth. Nothing changes until you do. The world doesn't hand you transformation. It responds to the standards you set, the boundaries you protect, the consistency you practice. So keep setting the standard, keep protecting your energy, keep practicing the discipline that success demands. Your dreams are not too big. Your goals are not too far. Your potential is not limited by your past. Every day you wake up with breath in your lungs, you get another shot to take yourself higher, to raise the bar, to close the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. That's not pressure. That's privilege. That's purpose. So if today feels hard, good. That means you're doing something worth doing. That means you're stretching, expanding, reaching. Don't avoid that feeling. Embrace it. It's proof that you're alive. It's proof that you're still in the game. It's proof that you haven't quit on yourself. Go meet them with everything you've got. Your grit, your resilience, your hunger to evolve. Meet them with your head held high, not because life has been easy, but because you've earned your way here. You've chosen to rise when it was hard. You've chosen to show up when it would have been easier to hide. That matters. It all adds up. It all compounds into something extraordinary, and now you must walk in that truth every single day. You must stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. Stop thinking that some future version of you will magically have it easier. The truth is, this moment right now is the most powerful one you'll ever have, because it's the one you can act in, the one you can build from, the one where you can plant a seed that changes the entire course of your future. What if you decided today to never retreat again? What if you decided that this was the day you lock in, the day you stop negotiating with your potential, the day you stop listening to the voice of doubt and instead amplify the voice of vision, courage, and action? Imagine what your life would look like if you showed up every day as if your future depended on it, because it does. That level of commitment, that level of intensity, it creates a ripple effect. It touches everything. Your mindset sharpens, your relationships elevate, your energy becomes magnetic. You become someone who doesn't just chase results. You attract them because of who you are and how you operate. You walk into every room differently. You speak with purpose, you work with passion, you live with power, and it's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about living so aligned with your vision that your past no longer feels relevant and your future feels undeniable. That's where true confidence comes from, not from external validation, but from internal consistency, knowing you've got your own back, knowing you've done the work, knowing that every step, every sacrifice, every choice has been intentional. And when the pressure comes, and it will, you won't crumble, you'll rise, because pressure reveals who's been preparing. You'll know that the weight you carry is a sign of your growth, not your weakness. The challenges you face are not roadblocks, they are launch pads. They're opportunities to practice what you preach, to live what you believe, to strengthen what you've built. That's the difference between those who stay stuck and those who soar. The ones who level up don't wait for life to be easy. They decide who they are, and they act from that place no matter what. They are consistent in the dark, so they can shine in the light. They are humble enough to keep learning and bold enough to keep leading. And they never ever stop moving forward. That's who you are now, a builder, a creator, a leader, not because someone told you so, but because you decided so. Because you've made the daily, deliberate, sometimes uncomfortable choices that real growth demands. And you're not done. You're just getting started. There's another level waiting, another chapter, another layer of greatness that's only unlocked by showing up again and again and again. So take this energy, take this clarity, and turn it into action. Write the page, make the call, have the conversation, do the workout, read the book, launch the idea, fix what needs fixing, heal what needs healing, upgrade what needs upgrading. Whatever it is, do it now. Don't wait, don't stall, don't doubt, because the more you act in alignment with who you're becoming, the faster that version of you becomes your reality. Your habits shape your identity. Your choices shape your destiny. And your refusal to settle shapes the entire legacy you leave behind. You are not average. You are not random. You are not here to merely exist. You are here to thrive. To rise, to be the kind of person who makes a dent in the world, not by shouting, but by showing, by being the example, by being the standard, by being the light in dark places. So rise today. Rise with vision. Rise with discipline. Rise with fire, and don't stop. Don't pause. Don't doubt. You've made 12 powerful choices to level up your life. And they're not just decisions, they're declarations. They are the vows you've made to yourself to become more, to give more, to live more. Now go honor them, live them, become them, and never ever look back. Because the best of you is not a distant dream, it's a current decision backed by relentless action. You are not just hoping anymore, you are building. You are not just planning anymore, you are executing. You are not just visualizing anymore, you are living. That's the shift. That's the evolution. That's what leveling up looks like. It's when you stop seeing your goals as fantasies and start treating them like responsibilities, like sacred duties, like non-negotiable truths that must come alive through you. You've chosen this path, and now this path is choosing you back. Every day you remain committed, life conspires to match your level. Opportunities show up. Doors crack open, people align, but only because you moved first. Only because you led with action, not excuses, and that is the secret. Life always responds to the energy you bring. It mirrors your intention, your clarity, your courage. When you rise, it rises with you. So don't underestimate the power of momentum. Don't think today is just another ordinary day. No day is a chance to stack another brick, to build another piece of the masterpiece that is your future. Even when it feels small, even when it feels slow, especially then, that's where the real growth hides. In the repetition, in the daily grind, in the quiet moments no one sees but you. This is why discipline matters, because there will be days when motivation runs dry, when the fire feels faint, when the voice of doubt grows louder than the voice of belief. And in those moments, it won't be hype that saves you. It will be habit. It will be the systems you built, the standards you set, the mindset you forged when things were calm and clear. That's what carries you through the storms, and oh, the storms will come. Life won't hand you the next level without testing if you're ready to hold it. But you are, not because you're perfect, but because you've prepared. You've sharpened your edge. You've trained your focus. You've conditioned your mind, and that makes you dangerous. In the best way, dangerous to doubt, dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to the version of you that ever believed you had to stay small. So don't let the past anchor you. Don't let fear shrink you. Don't let comfort seduce you back into mediocrity. You've seen too much. You've grown too far. You've come too close to the edge of greatness to retreat now. Keep climbing. Keep trusting. Keep becoming. You owe it to yourself, not just to the dream you have, but to the potential you haven't even touched yet. There's more in you, more strength, more clarity, more power, more purpose. And the only way to unleash it is to keep showing up as if the world depends on it, because it does. Someone out there is waiting for the you that's fully activated. Someone needs your light, your leadership, your voice, and they'll never see it if you dim yourself for comfort. Let them see you rise. Let them see what's possible through your example, and never forget, this life is a gift, every second, every breath, every choice. You weren't guaranteed it. You don't own time. You borrow it, and how you spend it reveals everything about what you value. Spend it wisely, spend it boldly, spend it in pursuit of the things that set your soul on fire. Because this is it. Not someday, not one day, not after things are easier or clearer or safer. This is it. This is the moment. This is the movement. This is the level up. And you're in the middle of it. Make it legendary not because you want the applause, but because you finally understand the depth of what you're capable of. You finally realize that greatness isn't found in the spotlight. It's forged in the shadows, in the grind, in the quiet moments of relentless consistency. You don't need the world to cheer you on. You need to be your own champion, your own motivation, your own fire. Because when you carry that flame within you, nothing can stop you. No obstacle is too great. No setback is final. No doubt is permanent. The legendary life you're building is a reflection of the daily decisions you now make with conviction. Choosing growth over fear, purpose over distractions, strength over excuses. These are not easy choices, but they are necessary. They are the foundation of a future that will make you unrecognizable to your former self. And that's the goal, not to slightly improve, but to completely transform, to become so aligned with your higher self that anything less feels foreign, feels unacceptable, feels like betrayal. And when you look back a year from now, you won't recognize the old patterns, the old limitations, the old doubts. You'll see a line drawn in the sand, the day you decided to level up and never turn back. You'll see a timeline split in two, before the decision and after. Before you lived reactively, after you lived intentionally, before you drifted, after you designed, and that design will touch everything. Your finances, your health, your relationships, your mission. It's not just your life that's impacted. It's every life you'll influence by being bold enough to go first, to choose the harder path, to sacrifice comfort for impact, to embrace discipline as a form of self-love, to show the world what it looks like to become the kind of person who doesn't shrink from responsibility, but rises to meet it head on. Yes, you will have to let go of who you used to be. Yes, you will outgrow places, people, and patterns. That's part of the price. You cannot become your future self while clinging to your past self. You must release to rise. You must trust that what's meant to come will replace what you courageously leave behind. And don't get discouraged by how long it takes. Mastery is not instant. Results are not overnight, but every choice compounds, every effort adds up. Every moment of focus pays interest. You're building something unshakable, something unbreakable, a foundation that cannot be stolen because it was earned through sweat, earned through sacrifice, earned through the moments you could have quit, but didn't. That's how legacies are made. That's how lives are changed, not by doing the easy thing, but by doing the right thing. By living in alignment with a vision so strong that it pulls you through your hardest days and lifts you even higher on your best ones. That's how you stay steady. That's how you stay focused. That's how you level up again and again and again. So don't stop now. Don't ease up because things feel good enough. Don't coast when you were built to climb. You weren't born for average, you weren't designed for survival mode. You are here to thrive, you are here to win, not over others, but over every version of you that ever played small. And every day you commit, you separate yourself further from that old story. You close the distance between your dreams and your reality. You prove, through action, not words, that you're serious, that you mean it, that this isn't just a season of effort, it's a lifestyle of excellence. You are leveling up, not just in what you do, but in who you are. And that identity shift is everything. Because when your identity upgrades, your standards follow, your habits follow, your environment begins to change. And suddenly everything aligns, not by accident, but by design. You've made 12 powerful choices, and now you must carry them with you daily. Not as pressure, but as a reminder, this is the path, this is the blueprint. This is the life you said yes to, and every step you take confirms that you're still all in. So stand tall, move boldly, speak with clarity, act with precision, love with strength, lead with heart. And when you reach that next level, don't stop to celebrate too long. Yes, honor your growth. Yes, recognize how far you've come. But understand this. Your journey doesn't end with a single breakthrough. It expands with every victory, because greatness is not a destination. It's a direction, it's a lifestyle. It's a constant decision to refine, to elevate, to expand beyond anything you thought was possible. You're no longer chasing comfort. You're chasing growth, and with that comes responsibility. The responsibility to maintain your momentum, the responsibility to stay true to your purpose when distractions come knocking, the responsibility to become the example you once searched for, because now eyes are on you. People are watching how you move, they're learning from your actions, they're being inspired by your discipline, your mindset, your consistency. You're showing them what's possible when someone decides to stop making excuses and start making progress. And yes, some days will test you. You'll question yourself. You'll feel like it's not working. You'll wonder if the struggle is worth it. But in those moments, remember this truth. Every challenge you face is a test of your commitment. Every storm is a chance to prove to yourself that you won't fold under pressure. And every obstacle is an invitation to rise even higher. That's what leveling up really is. It's refusing to let temporary emotions dictate your long-term vision. It's learning to lead yourself even when your motivation disappears. It's acting in alignment with your highest self, not your current mood. That's the standard now. That's the power you hold. And that power will transform your life if you choose to wield it every single day. So keep choosing the hard things. Keep choosing the uncomfortable growth. Keep choosing the path that demands more from you, because those choices don't just change your life, they change who you are. They shape your identity, they rewrite your beliefs, they create a version of you that can walk into any room, face any challenge, and know without a doubt, I was built for this. This confidence isn't arrogance. It's earned. It's the byproduct of showing up for yourself when no one was watching, of doing the work when no one was clapping, of holding yourself to a higher standard than the world ever demanded of you. That's how legends are made, not through luck, but through relentless dedication to growth, truth, and vision. So don't fear the pressure, embrace it. Pressure is a privilege. It means you're in the game. It means you've stepped into something bigger. It means you're evolving. Let it stretch you. Let it refine you. Let it bring out a version of you that you didn't even know existed. Because that's what's waiting on the other side of discipline. Discovery. Discovery of your depth. Discovery of your potential. Discovery of the impact you were always meant to make. And remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about waking up every day and asking, how can I live better, lead better, love better? It's about becoming so consistent in your evolution that mediocrity no longer has access to you. You've outgrown it, you've outworked it, you've outlasted it. You are no longer living at the level of your circumstances. You are living at the level of your choices. And that is the most powerful position you can ever be in. Because when you realize that your future is a reflection of your present actions, everything changes. You stop blaming, you stop waiting, you stop drifting, you take control, you lead with purpose, you rise with urgency, because this is your time. You've made 12 choices to level up your life. But the truth is, every day brings you 12 more. 12 new chances to recommit. 12 new opportunities to become sharper, wiser, stronger, more alive. Because you're just getting started, and the road ahead is rich with possibility. Every sunrise brings another invitation to step into more. More growth, more wisdom, more courage, more action. And that's the real power you've unlocked. The ability to move forward no matter what. The strength to keep going when others would quit. The discipline to stay focused when the noise of the world tries to pull you in every direction. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you create the life you were meant to live. Not by chance, but by choice. You've become the architect of your own destiny. Brick by brick, you're building a life rooted in purpose and backed by action. That means your confidence is no longer a facade, it's real, because it's built on evidence. Evidence of your